Hey everybody, how are you today? I hope you're doing really well. Okay, today we are going to talk about skincare. I'm going to show you the products that I've been using and also kind of go through my process or my routines for the morning and the nighttime. This video is in collaboration with Miss Jeannie of Happy Humble Homelife. I'm sure most, if not all of you, are familiar with Jeannie. I will leave a link to her channel, so definitely go and check hers out. Her skincare routine out when you're done with this one. Okay, so I'm gonna preface this by saying I am not a dermatologist or any kind of skincare professional, so definitely do your research, and if you're having problems with your skin, consult with your dermatologist so that they can recommend what is right for your skin type. Speaking of skin types, mine is combination to oily, and I definitely get a lot more dry during the winter, which I'm sure most of us can relate to. Now, since I'm in my 30s, I feel like my skin has changed quite a bit. So I've kind of had to reevaluate things and try different things here and there. I have tried lots of different face washes and moisturizers and what have you over so many years since, I guess, puberty on, just to kind of see what's, what works best with my skin. And definitely now into my 30s, trying to go back through things again and try different ones. Pretty much, I think everything that I'm showing you here is very affordable. Can find everything except for one thing at the drugstore, so it's all very affordable and easily attainable. My dermatologist hasn't really recommended anything higher end necessarily, so I've just been kind of sticking with these items I'm about to show you. And yeah, so far it's been working for me pretty well. Now, if you will go kind of retract back probably about a couple of months ago, especially when I was doing my Vlogmas videos, you would have seen there that I was really struggling with my skin. I was having a lot of adult acne, the hormonal breakouts, and into my 30s, all that has kind of come back, and a couple of months ago, it was like back like with a vengeance, like crazy, worse than anything going through puberty. My hormonal acne was just absolutely horrendous. And it was just kind of damaging to my self-esteem. And I will kind of contribute that a little bit to being a fault of my own with a product that I'm going to show you in a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on into my routines. I will start with my nighttime routine and go from there, and then show you what I do in the morning. Alright, so to start off with my nighttime routine, so I usually start off with this little guy here, and excuse the label, it's kind of peeling off because I use it all the time. I've been using it for quite a while now, but it's the Equate brand from Walmart, and it's called Wipe Away the Day. And if you know about Clinique, I'm sure you can kind of guess that it's supposed to be just like Clinique's Take the Day Off. And I've heard good things about the Clinique products. I have not tried the Clinique one. I would really like to. But before I spent the money on Clinique, I wanted to try this one, since it's supposed to have like the same ingredients and work the same way as the Clinique one for like probably a fraction of the cost. So yeah, I'm like almost done with this. I'm like scraping the bottom there. But I really do like it. It really helps to just kind of melt the makeup away, especially eye makeup. It just all like comes off really, really easily without like really trying to rub your eye area too much. So I really like to kind of start with this, just kind of melt things away. I kind of go back and forth if I use a makeup wipe or not, but if I do, I really like the Neutrogena ones. These in the blue package. I'm sure you've seen these all over. A lot of people like these a lot, but I have pretty sensitive skin, and a lot of things will just really irritate it, but these to me are very gentle, and it never irritates my skin at all. It never, makes it dry out or like feel itchy or red or anything like that. So I feel like these are very effective, and they're just very gentle and good for my skin. I will use this first and kind of wipe, kind of melt the makeup away, I guess, and then go with my makeup wipe and kind of get everything off as much as I can. Or I will go in with one of these little like makeup remover cloths. I have several of these, and I'll just wet them really good, like with some warm water, and just kind of like gently pat and then kind of like rub a little bit. But you do not want to like aggressively rub your face. You don't want to like really rub the skin on your face. You want to be very, very gentle. So a lot of times I will, opt for this instead and kind of use this, especially if I've, of course, run out of my makeup remover wipes. I will go in with my little handy dandy makeup remover cloth and kind of get things off. Now once I have pretty much my makeup off as much as I can with these products, I will then cleanse my face and go in with my cleanser. Now the cleanser I have been using recently is this oil-free acne wash by Neutrogena. I have tried a million different acne washes. I do like this one. It has salicylic acid in it. So if you're sensitive to that, then beware. I'm sure we've all seen this. It's been around for a really long time. I'm sure you all have heard about this and know about it. Actually my second bottle of this, so I recently ran out and had to go rebuy it. So I do like it. Now as much as I feel like my skin is clean by, you know, using this or my makeup cloth and kind of getting everything off and then cleansing, I still go on over my face to kind of wipe off and make sure that I've gotten all the makeup off, especially around the perimeter and down my neck and everything. Now I really like, you know, I've used different toners and astringents over the years, but a lot of those really irritate my skin. Now what I love to use, and I'm sure you've heard me talk about this before, is witch hazel. Now this is just like the normal witch hazel, like you can find different ones that have different scents. If you don't like the scent of the original witch hazel, really doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind the scent. I would kind of like to try a different scented one, like a lavender, or I think they have a cucumber or something like that. But this one's just fine for me right now, and you can see I'm like it's almost gone, but this will last you quite a while. Now what I do is I take some of this and I get a little cotton round and just pour some on there and then kind of go over my face, and you will be amazed. Like, you think your skin is very cleansed and there's no makeup, there couldn't be any makeup at all. Take some of this on a cotton round and go over your skin, and you know what, there's so many times where I've just been amazed at how much comes off on this cotton round. And if I had not have done that step, I would have just gone about my business, put on my moisturizer, and gone right to bed with all that gunk and makeup and dirt and whatever still on my face. So this is definitely very handy. I think it works extremely well. I feel like it really cleanses my skin, and it's a great next step after actually removing the makeup, washing your face with your cleanser, and then going back over it with this and make sure everything is off of your face and it is as clean as you can possibly get it. Okay, now for moisturizers, I switch up and change and use different ones, just trying to test them out. And I'll test them out for quite a while because I don't really like to have a whole lot of moisturizers lined up. I like to kind of go through a product and finish it before moving on to the next, unless it's just really bad and doesn't work or is not good for my skin. So for the past several months at least, I've been using this Pond's Rejuveness Anti-Wrinkle Cream. So it says it has AHAs and collagen, visibly reduces wrinkles in 2 weeks. I mean, I have fine lines. I don't feel like I don't have like deep wrinkles quite yet, but it's more of a preventative measure here right now. But definitely in your 30s, you want to start thinking about things like that. So I've used quite a bit of it. I'm down probably more than halfway out of the jar here. So I do like Pond's. I feel like it's pretty gentle on my skin. It doesn't irritate at all. And if it really does have anti-wrinkle properties, then all the better. So this one is pretty good. I do like it. I did try the Olay one. I think it's like, what is it, Regenerist line, and that one's really good as well. I did like that one also, but I finished that, and this is what I've been using for the past several months. Now I'm going to talk about a prescription item here. This is the one you can't just get over the counter at a drugstore. This is definitely a prescription from my dermatologist. This is called Veltin, and the tube's kind of squeezed and everything, but like I mentioned before in my Vlogmas videos where my skin was kind of freaking out, you saw how bad it was with the acne and different things. So I had seen a dermatologist back in October, and she prescribed Veltin for the adult acne because I was definitely having some issues, especially around my jaw and like chin area with the hormonal acne. And she prescribed this. Now you only need like a pea-sized tiny amount, and only at night. So I was definitely doing that, but I think what happened and why my skin like really went crazy, I think it was because of this. And you might think, why are you mentioning this? But let me tell you, hang on. I went full force in, and my skin is pretty sensitive. I think that I should have maybe used it 2 to 3 times a week to start off, and just kind of like, you know, just very small amounts. And kind of build up from there and see how my skin was going to react. I went full force in. I did do the pea-sized amount, but I was like every single night, dried out my skin, and then all of a sudden like the acne was like crazy and my skin was super dry and flaky and irritated. And I think it was just human error that I maybe did this incorrectly. I should have started off very slowly with it and building up, especially for my sensitive skin. I'm sure it's different with different people. And then I went online, did some research. This Belton works to kind of cleanse out your pores, unclog your pores, and so a lot of that stuff is coming to the surface kind of, and it seems like things are a whole lot worse and then they will get better. That seemed to be my case. I kind of used my own intuition and thought, you know what, I'm going to use it a little bit longer. It might sound crazy, but just something told me stick with it a little bit longer and give it a little bit more of a chance before you're just like totally done with it, because the way my skin was going crazy, I was about to call a dermatologist and get back in to see her and like, what is going on? This is not right for me. But I could see like when, you know, different things would clear up here and there, the tone of my skin was a lot better. So it looked like underneath all that, the places that were going away and healing, that my overall skin appearance looked a whole lot better, and better than I'd seen it in a really, really long time. So I was like, I think that it's, you know, it is kind of going in and cleansing everything out and then gradually getting better. Now, as I hope that you can see right now, especially compared to a couple of months ago, I do have makeup on my face, but my skin is a whole lot better than what it was a couple of months ago. I don't really struggle with those breakouts. If I do here and there, they're very, very small and go away very quickly. So, and I've kind of weaned myself off of this. If I do it, it's, you know, if I've had like, start having a little bit more issues or trouble spots here and there, then I'll kind of like just a tiny little bit go back over my skin with it. But I make sure that I put on a lot of moisturizer first. Definitely moisturize, so this is not straight on your skin and like, you know, just too drying on your skin to possibly irritate it. So I feel like in the end, this definitely has helped. And so I've had it for several months, and you know, I don't think I would go through this in a whole year. So anyway, all that to talk about this Belton. So, you know, if you have hormonal breakouts, you're having adult acne, your dermatologist may prescribe you this. So that's kind of my story with it, how my learning process, I guess, with it. So if you are prescribed that or you are using that, let me know if you're using it and what you think of it, and if it worked for you, if it didn't work for you. And if you are prescribed it, then maybe just kind of be really careful and go in slowly and build up. Okay, and I have to mention, if my skin is like getting super dry, especially when it was first, you know, I went gung-ho with this Belton and I felt like it was really dry, like drier than I've ever seen it in my life. Or, you know, just being out in the weather with the cold air and the cold wind and stuff here in the winter. I've been going on in a little bit with this CeraVe or CeraVe, however you want to say it. This is for normal to dry skin, so it's definitely very moisturizing. It's very thick, so it really gets in there and moisturizes really well. And I'm sure you know most dermatologists will recommend this brand as well. And my husband has been liking this. It's been really good for his skin, you know, when he shaves and stuff. This has really helped to prevent, you know, like his skin over drying. So he has really been enjoying using this as well. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything like for nighttime. Now in the morning, I will get up and kind of wash off like all the things like the moisturizer, the Belton, if I've used it. Anything that I've put on the night before, I get up and kind of wash that off my skin and kind of start over with a blank slate with freshly cleansed, nothing on my skin. And you definitely want to use a daytime moisturizer, preferably one with some sunscreen in it. We want to protect our skin. So I have been using one by Aveeno for quite a while, and I told my dermatologist that I had been using one by Aveeno, and she said Neutrogena makes some that are better, so try Neutrogena's brand over Aveeno. There's different ones there at the drugstore, and so I picked up this Neutrogena one that says Rapid Tone Repair Moisturizer with Sunscreen. It's got an SPF of 30. So I like the tone repair to kind of go in and even out my skin tone and any kind of like discoloration or dark spots or what have you. So far so good with this. I really do enjoy it. And that's really all I do for my face during the day. I'll just put on my face moisturizer, and of course, you know, in the warmer months when you're out and skin showing, you definitely want to have sunscreen all over the rest of your body. I think that goes without mentioning. I think most people know to put sunscreen on, but kind of a PSA. Go to your dermatologist, have a full body check. Any moles, anything that may be a little bit suspicious, even things that you would never think that would be suspicious, you just never know. A little backstory about my family. My mom was diagnosed, she had melanoma on her leg and had to have that removed. Now she has a huge 6-inch scar. So when I called my dermatologist after she found that and had to go in and have that removed, you know, it's kind of a scare for our family. So, you know, I had never had a full body scan to check all my areas and moles, different things. So I called right away and told them my family history, and they kind of red flagged me, like, this lady has history. So we definitely want to be very diligent. Anything we think is even like the smallest bit suspicious, we want to check that out and make sure you're okay. So I've had a total of 4 moles removed, and the last 2 came back as pre-cancerous, like pre-melanoma. The margins were clear, thankfully, but I have had to, you know, kind of keep an eye on those spots that were removed that did come back as that. So you want to be diligent. You want to go see a dermatologist, have your full body scanned and get completely checked out, because you just never know. You want to stay on top of that, and definitely apply your sunscreen and do not get in those tanning beds. Okay, a little bit of a PSA there. So I had to get that out since we're talking about skincare. That is definitely very, very important. Okay, as far as the whole body goes as well, you know, I'm not just talking about my face, but I've been kind of liking this Nivea Skin Firming Hydration Body Lotion. So I don't know that it's necessarily like firming my skin, but I do like it. It smells really, really good. And if it is firming while I'm getting hydrated, then that sounds pretty good to me. And we also have been liking, my husband and I both like this Vaseline Intensive Care Advanced Repair. So it's clinically proven to heal very dry skin in 5 days. So especially, you know, on my hands, if you've seen like my knuckles get a little bit red and stuff, if you've seen the previous videos, my skin, especially on my hands, gets really, really dry in the winter. So I feel like this intensive care works really, really well. And I like that it's unscented. So if you wanted to, you know, it doesn't compete with your perfumes or cologne. And you know, if you have really sensitive skin and don't like to do anything scented on it, this is unscented, so it's really good and gentle for your skin. And I feel like it really hydrates and moisturizes your skin very well. I also really like this Shea Moisture line. They have all different kinds of things, you know, like the skincare, they have hair care, they have all kinds of things. This one has argan oil and raw shea, frankincense and myrrh extract. It smells so, so good. And it says it's anti-aging and softening. My bottle's kind of all crazy. Now this stuff is like, it smells super good, but it's super, super thick. So it's like, you know, crazy trying to get this out of the bottle. But I do really like this, and I feel like it moisturizes my skin really well, and it smells really good also. So sometimes I'll like put this on at night, especially on like the heels of my feet, my hands, and sleep with this like soaked into my skin. And please excuse the label on this. I've been using this for quite a while. It's also by Shea Moisture. It's kind of like the same thing as that, the argan oil and shea, raw shea, frankincense and myrrh, anti-aging and softening, but it's the dry oil mist. And I thought this is really good too. Just kind of a really nice soft like oil, like misted oil onto your skin. Smells really, really good, just like the lotion. Maybe even you can smell it a little bit more. And also what I like is to use it on my cuticles, like around my fingernails and also my toenails. And I feel like it just really softens my cuticles really well. And then you just kind of get that like kind of fresh, kind of oily look on your nails, like you had just gotten your nails done. So I really like that. Speaking of nails, I need to get mine done. Okay guys, I feel like this is not a whole lot. It may seem like a whole lot because I did add in like the full body stuff that I used to. But, you know, compared to all the different moisturizers and anti-aging products that are out there, that a lot of people like will have a whole like arsenal of products to use. This is all I have been doing, at least currently. I am curious to try some other things, like maybe some higher end or more anti-aging things. But for right now, this is what's working for me and what I enjoy. And key for me is that it is inexpensive and easily available. You can go to your drugstore and get most of this, with the exception of the Veltin that's a prescription. But all this is just readily available and, like I said, very inexpensive. And I think that it works very well. A lot of this is, you know, dermatologist recommended by my own dermatologist. So I feel like they are really good products. I would like to hear below in the comments. You know, I love interacting with you guys. I love to read your comments. But let's open up the comments at like a kind of discussion. Let everybody know your skin type and different skincare products that you are using and that you swear by, that you love, that really work for your skin. And let's just kind of help each other out and kind of have a skincare discussion and maybe recommend products to each other and kind of just have a whole discussion in the comments. I think that would be really cool. And I think that's it, guys. So thank you as always so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate your feedback, your comments, the interaction, like I said, with you guys. I look forward to reading your comments about your skin type and the skincare that you use and how your routines are. And definitely go and check out Jeannie's channel, watch her skincare video. And that's it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.